Hey everyone, Will here with my flea market finds for July 12th, 2020. Missed making a video last week. I really didn't have too much to show you anyway, but I just included it in with this week's stuff. Got some good stuff to show you this week. It was had some good luck finding stuff. A lot of listing. I am so far behind listing, but like I said, some interesting stuff. Let's take a look. First up, I did really well on military stuff this week. Got a couple upper hand guards for M14 rifles. They were $5 a piece. Love the picture. The guy in the biplane. Would you call that a biplane? One of the early airplanes, racing a Fiat. Paid $15, but I really like it. And got a little note on the back: to Joe from Bush, Christmas '77, or Bud. To Joe from Bud. Love the I think it's a survival vest or pilot's vest. Got the Army Air Force logo on it. Really cool. Got a built-in holster. These, of course, Army Air Force dates it that they switched. They became just the Air Force. I think it was 1948. So that pretty well dates it. Probably be safe to call this a World War II vest. This, in this condition, probably looking at around $150 to $200. Probably price it around there. I got it for $60. A few antique vintage slingshots. Really like this one. I hope that's a slingshot. It kind of looks like the others. It came with the others. Kind of looks like a potato masher that's missing the business end. But $3 on that, and these were a couple bucks a piece. Got a projectile for a 50 caliber round. What was it? The airplane that Chuck Yeager used to break the sound barrier the first time. They based the design of that airplane on this projectile, the 50 caliber projectile. It worked. Cool piece. I'll just keep that in my own collection. Some projectiles of a different sort in a neat wood-burn wood box. Some arrowheads, pretty cool. Broken, not the best of shape, but I have a hard time turning down arrowheads. It was only $5 for the entire box. We'll sell the arrowheads, put them in one big lot, sell them, and do the box separate. Couple helmets. This was 30 for this, 25 for this. Neat MP, missing the liner. Probably Vietnam era, maybe post-Vietnam. This one looks like, well, the liner stayed at 75. The shell is post-World War II, not really quite sure. Got a little bit of graffiti on there, which is kind of neat. The old M1 helmets are getting harder and harder to find. The guy I got this from, he's like, I carried that canteen through the Tet Offensive, and I paid $3 for it. My son, I wasn't going to get it. My son Nathan liked it, so I get it home, and it's dated 1969. And where's that, an 8? Yeah, maybe an 8. I don't know. Looks like a 9. So if it's 1969, this wasn't even around during the Tet Offensive. That was January 1968. But definitely battle-worn. Looks like it's been sitting out in the forest for a few decades. Love the knife. Check it out. Benchmade model 9050, and it is like brand new condition. No wear on the clip, and brand new. These go for around $230. I paid $50. Not kind of on the fence whether I'll sell it or keep it. Not sure how eBay would. eBay probably doesn't let you sell these anyway, although I've seen a few. Just gotta be careful what you call them. Cool piece. Some decent bayonets for a change. World War I German bayonets. That was 50. This one was 75. And that one was 100. I got all 3 of them for $200. The German bayonet, unfortunately, doesn't have a matching. The number on the bayonet doesn't match the scabbard, which would definitely help the value. But still, it's an honest World War II bayonet. Always sells well. Probably looking at, by the time I sell the 3, probably looking at around $350. Love the sawback bayonet. Too bad it wasn't in a little bit better shape, but still a great piece. Got a uniform, obviously post-World War II. Got all the bells and whistles on it. That was $15. My wife got herself a little blanket, a little wall hanging. That'll go in a, we'll sell that to somebody who wants to do a nursery probably. My son Nathan got himself a nice vintage silk shirt and a little Hawaiian shirt. They were like $3 a piece. Some gift bags. These were like $4 a pack. A ton of them there. Couple Playboy ashtrays, 5 for the pair. Couple of sterling silver Steve. Let's see if I can get it to. There it is. These went into the candelabras. These weren't cheap. It's a lot of silver there. Paid $60 for those. I might have overpaid. Just hoping to find that right person that wants to, that's missing those and needs them. Love the shoes. Always, I don't know what it is about shoes, but I guess it's the wear. Tells the story. But cool shoes. I love the two-tone, lace up, the little nails holding the heels in. Just really neat stuff. That was 10 for those. Cake topper for a wedding. That was $4. I sell a lot of these, surprisingly. People reuse them. A little crumb catcher for a, I think it's a crumb catcher. You know, you sweep the table, get all the crumbs, and a little dustpan for the table. Piece of Beswick porcelain. Always good. Nice, nice condition, no chips. He was $5. An antique TRS-80 Radio Shack computer. That was $5. I'm just gonna automatically assume that the thing doesn't work. But interesting piece. I like the old-time computer stuff. The knobs are two bathroom sinks. Pretty neat. Love these. 3 a piece on those. 7 on the big knob. Some candle holders. These are all Wizard of Oz figures. Pewter. Somebody's going to love these. That was $5 for the bag. A couple of military police things. A Glock holster made by Galco. That was 5 and 3. A couple patches I got. $2 for the 3 patches. Love patches. These go for, we'll probably put like 10, 12 a piece on them. Alright, back over here. Forged brass, 100% forged brass. This thing weighs a ton. Probably put a high price on this. Looking for that one person who has something like this or similar, and they're looking for something to match. They're gonna have to come to me. Some cool tools. Good name. These were all a table full of stuff. $2 a piece. Allen key set. Greenlee. Here's Klein. We'll sell these individually. Easy to ship. They bring pretty good money in the stores. There's a bender for I think metal. Nice pair of heavy-duty pliers. Voltmeter, Greenlee, $10 on that. Yankee candle for the wife, $6. Whole bunch of soft soap, antibacterial soap, $2 a piece. Can't find them in the store still. It's funny that you get them from the flea market, not in the stores. Neat clock. This was for a front end, the front desk of a hotel. They could set alarms for people in rooms. People in the room call up and say, I want to make sure to wake me up at 7. So you come down to the clock and you set the alarm for 7. And then another person says, wake me up at 7:15, and set the alarm 7:15. Pretty neat. Haven't tried it out, but cool piece. 15 on that. The Magic Motion Niagara Falls lamp, that was $5. I've sold these in the past. A little bulb spins around the inside, gives it a little illusion of motion. Couple religious items, a celluloid Mary and some rosary beads, really well made, nice large. That was $8 for the pair. $6 on the bar cocktail glass. A little, what is it, Rosenthal porcelain, bunny rabbit. He was $8. Love the scale. The thing that sold me on it, it wasn't cheap. I got it for $80. They were asking $100. I got it for $80. Look at how the business end is made on this. Really heavy. I don't know what. Tried looking it up. It's made by Mullen and Sons. They make a lot of scales, and I looked through a lot, but I could not find this particular scale. Missing a couple weights, but I think to the right person, that's really, even if you don't use it, that's a neat decorative piece. I mean, the way this is all machined out of one piece of steel, chrome plated, or nickel plated, it is, and the wood box to go with it. I'm going to put a high price on this. Let's say $300-400, something like that. Little Cobra emergency CB, plugs into your cigarette lighter. I'm going to assume it doesn't work. With my luck with electronics from the flea market, it probably doesn't. But even if it doesn't work, somebody's going to want that for parts. I got it for $6. Bucket, not quite sure what the bucket is for. Might be for oily rags, might be a fire bucket, but it is super heavy duty. Brass handle. Cool bucket, $5 on that. And we're getting up there on time. I got a bunch of jewelry and stuff to show you, so I'm going to make this a part 1. We'll start part 2 shortly.